Perfect. Do you want me to start over?
Yes, please, if you don't mind.
No problem. All right. Hi, everyone. My name is Leslie Hoskins. I'm a certified orientation and mobility specialist, meaning I teach people how to travel with the long white cane. I'm also an outreach services and community engagement manager at Leader Dogs for the Blind. I've been with Leader Dogs for about 10 years now, and I am delighted to be with you today to share about our programs and services, and specifically talk to you about our O&M program. So Leader Dogs for the Blind is a nonprofit organization, and we're located in Rochester Hills, Michigan. We work every day towards our mission of empowering people who are blind or visually impaired with lifelong skills for safe and independent daily travel. So we do this in a couple of different ways, but one thing I want to share with you today is a little bit of what makes us unique versus other organizations. So sometimes one of the things or barriers that people face are that they don't have vocational goals. So one thing about Leader Dog is that we do not require any vocational goals. So whether or not you're planning to get back into the workforce does not determine whether or not you're accepted into our programs. We also have no upper age restriction. So clients are welcome to join us from 16 all the way up into their 80s or 90s, or when it no longer makes sense or is benefiting them in any way. We have no restriction or limit on number of service hours. In fact, our goal is to actually service people throughout their lifespan, whether that be with multiple weeks of O&M, multiple guide dogs, or in whatever capacity we can. And lastly, there's no formal referral necessary. So in order to apply for our services, you can simply go online to leaderdog.org. You can always give us a call and we'll help start an application, or we can always put one in the mail to you as well, if that's easiest for you. So those are just a few things that make us a little bit unique because we do not receive any state or federal funding. We're completely funded on philanthropic donations, which means the community really supports what we do. Along with that, our Lions Club, they're a huge supporter of what we do at Leader Dog and have continued to support Leader Dog since the very beginning. They're in fact kind of how we were founded. So the programs that we're currently offering are our guide dog program, our orientation and mobility, and then we also have a teen summer camp for 16 and 17-year-olds. So I'm going to go through these programs in a little bit more depth, as well as share some of our virtual resources, and then hopefully have some time for questions. So the first program, the one that you guys are most interested in learning about, is our orientation and mobility program. This is a one-week program, and it's completely individualized. So during this program, clients would come to us typically and stay on campus in Rochester Hills and receive one-on-one training with a certified orientation and mobility specialist. So throughout that week, clients receive anywhere between 25 and 30 hours of direct instruction, really focusing on their unique and individualized goals. So typically, a client would arrive on a Sunday afternoon. We would work Monday through Friday one-on-one, and then they would depart on a Saturday. So what that week can sometimes look like is on a Monday morning, we'd meet right after breakfast, get together to talk about, your goals. What is it that you want to get out of the week? And we'd start planning out the week together. We really believe in adult learning, and therefore adults should be included in their training modules. So making that plan together, because as an O&M specialist, I really don't want to focus on goals if they're not important to you. So I really want to spend our time wisely and work on things that are most important to you. So on Monday morning, we'd kind of talk through those goals. We'd issue you a cane, maybe if you've never had a cane before. We'd start at the very beginning of folding or unfolding a cane, testing out different cane tips, walking up and down the hallways, going through doors, going up and down stairs, really starting from the very beginning if that's what the individual needs. If somebody has had some training in the past and is a bit more of a confident cane traveler, we're going to speed through some of those things and maybe even skip them to get to some of the more important tasks. So it's completely individualized training, but Monday afternoon, then we might start working on routes within the building. So we really want to make sure that if you're staying on campus during your training, that you're really comfortable navigating the building and can get everywhere by yourself. So by Monday, we would want to make sure that you can get to the dining room, your room, the workout facility, practice course, coffee area, all of those really important destinations. We want to make sure you can get there comfortably and confidently. Tuesday morning, we might then start to go downtown to our downtown training center, which is about a mile north of our main campus, and start working on some residential travel. So block travel on sidewalks, just kind of walking around, getting comfortable traveling outdoors, identifying curbs, maybe starting to cross some streets. So that's really how we're going to progress throughout the week. We kind of start with indoor unfamiliar, make sure we get comfortable and confident there. And then we go to outdoor unfamiliar and really build and get more confident that way too. So it's completely unique to that individual's goals and what they want to do. But throughout the week, we have lots of opportunities if individuals are interested in doing a shopping lesson and practicing with a cart, a shopping cart, and using a cane. We can also do lessons at a mall and talk about escalators and elevators and large building familiarization. Lots of different things that we have access to in our training area. And so we certainly want to make sure that we're meeting everyone's goals. So again, the week is Monday through Friday. Just to give you an idea of what a typical schedule is, breakfast is at 7:30, and then the first lesson of the day starts at 8:30, and that goes from 8:30 until about 11 or 11:30. Lunch is going to be at noon. We'll break until 1 o'clock, where we'll meet up for our second lesson of the day, and that'll go till about 3 or 3:30, depending on where we're at and what we're working on. The evenings are usually to yourself. Dinner is at 5:30. If the applicant or whoever's there is interested in a night lesson, we can certainly do that. Many times people's vision is much worse at night. And so we want to make sure that we practice and travel in that environment if that is something they wish to do. So we do offer that as well. So just to give you an idea of the different types of orientation and mobility program that we offer, we've kind of broken it down into a couple of different categories. And the reason we've done this is, one, it helps applicants understand what type of training we can offer. But two, it helps us on the receiving side understand what that client is hoping to get out of the week, what their goals are. So the first program we have is Introduction to O&M. This is going to be for anybody who's maybe never traveled with a long cane before and is just starting out. We're going to start out with folding and unfolding a cane, really starting from the basics and then building on. The next option is O&M brush up. So this is going to be for maybe somebody who's had O&M in the past, but maybe it's been some time. Maybe their physical ability has changed, their visual condition has changed. Maybe it's a longtime guide dog user who's been holding on to the harness for quite some time and wants to refresh those cane skills. So we have that brush up as an option. We also have O&M for guide dog readiness. We know a lot of individuals have a goal of ultimately working with a guide dog. And so we provide this O&M readiness or guide dog readiness so that we can help with realistic expectations, really understand the skills that are necessary in order to be accepted and also successful with a guide dog. Another option we have is O&M or advanced O&M. This would be kind of somebody who is already a confident traveler, but wants to take their skills to the next level. So really elevating into maybe some complex environments, maybe wanting to incorporate some technology into their travel. So really just kind of boosting it. Another option we have is in-home O&M. So not everybody wants to come to campus for our programs and services, which is why we've started to offer in-home orientation and mobility. We currently have one full-time orientation and mobility field rep who's traveling around the United States, providing this experience or this training in people's home environments. So in-home O&M is a great option if you're not comfortable leaving your home, if you have a medical condition in which you can't be away from home for an extended period of time, if you have responsibilities such as work or family obligations, this in-home O&M is going to be a great option. One thing I don't think I've mentioned yet is that all of the services that we provide at Leader Dogs for the Blind are completely free. So that includes room, board, and airfare to and from our campus. So we will pay for your flights. If you're flying in from Kentucky, we'll pick you up at the airport and bring you to our campus where you'll stay for free. Staying on campus is very similar to staying in a hotel. So you've got your own bedroom, your own bathroom, a little mini fridge, a TV. You have a door out to the hallway and a door out to kind of the outdoor park area, if you will. And park area is the area where the dogs relieve themselves. So it's very much so like staying in a hotel. There's a dining room, a workout facility, a coffee bar, all of those amenities that you would have at staying with a hotel. I don't know, do you guys want to do questions throughout, or you want to take a wait till the end to do questions? Maybe wait to the end.
And
Okay, perfect. I'll keep moving on. So that's the orientation and mobility program. Again, it's very individualized, really there to work on anybody's individuals and specific needs. So the next program that we have is our guide dog program. This is where we are matching people with a guide dog to fit their unique and individualized needs. And so some things that we take into consideration are a client's pace, so how fast they're traveling, the travel environment in which they are working. So whether it's an urban area or a rural environment, maybe if the person is a teacher and they're going to be around young students all the time, maybe if they're a farmer and they're going to be, near large animals such as cows and horses. Those are all things our guide dog mobility instructors take into consideration to really find the perfect guide dog for each applicant. Our guide dog program is offered in a couple of different formats as well. Clients can come and stay on campus with us. That training is usually about 3 weeks long. It's usually the most time with a guide dog mobility instructor. And some of the real benefits to that are also that you're on campus with other individuals kind of going through the same thing. So you can build a support network, hear what's working for some people, what's not working for some people, but kind of experience it with others, which is a unique experience. We also have an in-home delivery. So again, we recognize not everybody can come to campus for 3 weeks time or even 1 week time at that. And so we've been providing in-home deliveries for our guide dog training as well. So if you can't leave home for whatever reason, you can apply for an in-home delivery and we can bring a guide dog to you and work one-on-one with you for around 10 days is typically that in-home delivery. Another option would be our Flex program. This is going to be great for somebody who maybe can come to campus for a week or two and then get some follow-up support in their home area. We also have a deaf, blind, and adaptive services team. So this is really exciting for us as we recognize everyone has very unique and individualized needs. Some people have additional disabilities that they are coping with. And so our adaptive services and our deaf blind team really specializes in that. So they're always thinking outside of the box, working towards somebody's unique needs and trying to fill them the best that we can. Our deaf blind team specifically has certified interpreters communicating with American Sign Language, either visual or tactile. So really a very incredible and talented team there to help with those additional cases. Our current guide dogs that we are offering, we have Labradors, Golden Retrievers, and then kind of a combination. We do Lab Golden Crosses as well. A couple other programs I'll just mention briefly are our teen summer camp and our youth O&M. So these are some great teen opportunities if you happen to know anybody who is 16 or 17 years old. They're very different programs, however, both again for 16 and 17-year-olds. So the teen summer camp is a great opportunity. It's super fun. Kids come from all over the US and Canada and stay on campus, and we do a ton of fun things. So we go rock wall climbing, we go zip lining, we go tandem bike riding, and it's a great way for other teens to meet teens just like themselves going through similar things. They get a full day with a guide dog. We talk about accessible GPS. We do all sorts of just really fun things while also encouraging a little bit of learning and leadership training. So that is, again, our teen summer camp. And then we also have a youth O&M. Youth O&M is going to be for 16 and 17-year-olds to come and bring a support person with them. So they typically come and stay off campus in a hotel Again, everything is still covered by Leader Dogs for the Blind. But this is a really unique program in which the team gets to spend a week with an O&M specialist working on their cane skills. And the parents kind of get this separate track of learning a little bit more about cane skills, building some empathy. So we're putting them under blindfolds, giving them a cane to experience what their loved one's going through, talking about resources and really networking to just educate. So it's a great opportunity. Both programs I would highly recommend. They're super, super fun and continuing to grow and build each year. Along with our programs, we also have some virtual learning resources or additional resources. One of the things that we created to kind of supplement information or help provide as much information as we can are virtual learning resources. This can be found at leaderdog.org, and this is really just a library of resource videos. So you can find videos on what is O&M. So really breaking down what is orientation and mobility, what are cane skills, how do I even know if I need to start using a cane? What does orientation and mobility look like at Leader Dogs for the Blind? How do we conduct those trainings? There's also videos on guide dog readiness, how to know if a guide dog is really going to be a good fit for you, asking some of those lifestyle impact questions, talking about realistic expectations. There's other shorter videos with a campus tour. There's client testimonials, family testimonials. There's educational videos on accessible pedestrian signals. There's the videos on how to support or what to do or think about, consider when leaving home and having to find somebody to watch your leader dog for you. Just a really, honestly, a library of resources. So if you have further questions, I guarantee you can probably find them there. It's a good starting point, but always reach out to us as we're happy to help direct you in the right direction. Additionally, we have collaboration events. These are once a month live webinars where we invite everybody to join to share resources. We really recognized we're only one piece of the puzzle. We focus on mobility, and there's a lot of other things that our clients can benefit from. So these are webinars that take place the last Wednesday of every month, which just so happens to be today for July. So at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we will be having a live webinar. This month, we are collaborating with Right Here. It's kind of an indoor navigation app. And so they're going to share with us about their services and what they have going on. In the past, we have partnered with Orcam. We've partnered with IRA, American Printing House for the Blind, Humanware, many different other organizations that service kind of nationwide and/or products that we feel our clients could just benefit from knowing. So please consider joining those. You can register for the collaboration events at leaderdog.org under the resources tab. And then lastly, I'll share with you that we do have a podcast. It's called Taking the Lead by Leader Dogs for the Blind, and you can find it wherever you stream podcasts. It's a really good opportunity to learn a little bit more about blindness in the community and Leader Dogs specifically. So most of the times we interview clients and share, successes, we share failures, we share just experiences to learn a little bit more and the impact that Leader Dog has had on people's lives. We also interview team members to learn about who puts together this organization, how does it run, what do we do, and the very unique roles that happen at Leader Dog. We also interview volunteers and donors. So really, a lot of people make up the organization and we couldn't do it without them. Our organization, in fact, only has around 175 paid team members and over 1,000 volunteers, 500 of those being on-campus Leader Dog volunteers that really help our organization run. So when I say the community really supports us, I mean that not only financially, but also in donating their time. So we're incredibly lucky to have that kind of support and to provide these services completely free of charge. Are there any questions that I can answer regarding any of our programs, or is there any specific topic you'd like me to discuss a little bit further?
Does anybody have any questions? Okay, wait a minute. I see one question over here. And then how much do the dogs cost?
They are completely free to clients. So there is no expense related to getting a service dog or a guide dog from us. However, you do have to think about the financial obligations once getting home. So vet care, food, toys, those types of expenses once getting home with the dog.
How much does it cost litter dogs to prepare a dog for someone?
You know what? I just heard a new number. Previously, we were saying it was around $50,000 to train a leader dog, and that has gone up significantly to almost $80,000 to train a leader dog. So there's a lot of science and dedication that goes into it.
Another question here.
Leslie, girl Porter. I was up there for O&M June 4th through 10th. I got my first cane. I had Brad for my O&M and he was fantastic. And I had Eric for my volunteer driver from the airport and he was wonderful. And everybody takes really good care of them up there. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you. I think I heard that you said you've been and Brad was your instructor.
Yes.
Oh, fantastic. Yes, he's wonderful. I'm glad you had a good experience. I really appreciate you saying that.
Another question.
I'm sorry, I'm not hearing anybody. I think somebody's talking, but
Turn the microphone.
Can you point that more towards now? Yeah, she's perfect.
No, she's not. You still there, Leslie?
I'm there. I'm sorry, I can't hear.
That's
Can
okay.
Can you hear me, Leslie?
Muffled, yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
No, she's not. She's just sitting very still.
And she can't hear because. Oh, now she. I
Can
can
you-
repeat it to her.
Would you repeat the question?
It's not a question, it's a compliment.
Oh,
Hold on one moment.
My name is Janet Lewis, and I was there November 28th through the 7th last year. And I truly enjoyed the experience that I received and the instruction that I got from Tommy, my O&M trainer. And I'd like to say that if anybody is questionable about the ability that goes along with the O&M and feeling about that you are, your facility is very capable of guiding them through this path. And I also want to say, I'm interested in the refresher course. I spoke to Tommy on Tuesday about coming back, after the cold weather next year. It was cold when I was there, and you all had a snowstorm right after I went back, but anyway, I'm looking forward to coming back and doing a refresher course. Because I broke my back in the spring of this year, and I was unable medically to get it out of at that time. But I would like to say that I'm looking forward to coming to the refresher course program that you all offer.
thank you so much. That's so wonderful to hear. I really, honestly, the testimonials are the best way that we can possibly promote the programs and services that we have going on. So I genuinely appreciate that. Our O&M specialists are amazing. Our guide dog specialists and instructors are wonderful. We just really have a great team who truly cares about what they do and are passionate about our mission. So thank you so much. And thank you for bringing up that you can absolutely come back for multiple weeks. That is our goal, right? Is to service people throughout their lifespan as they're experiencing different changes, or if we haven't quite met your goals yet and we still have more work to do. Another thing I want to quickly mention is that for the O&M program, you don't have to be interested in a guide dog at all. So if you are, that's wonderful. We want to help you achieve that goal. But if you're only wanting to travel independently with the long cane, that's great too. There's never any pressure to get a guide dog.
Leslie, I had a question about the O&M training at people's homes. How does that work? How does a trainer come down for a stay for a week, or how does that?
Yeah, so currently we have one instructor who's traveling around doing in-home. His name is Barry Stafford. He actually lives in Texas, but he travels around providing these in-home O&M experiences. And basically, because he's coming to your home, he's a little bit more flexibility as far as the schedule goes. But most times it's still going to be those 5 full days of training, usually Monday through Friday. But again, he has more flexibility to accommodate to schedules and things like that. So he'll come, he'll stay in a local hotel, and you guys together will work out the schedule. But yes, basically providing this same training just in your home environment, completely free.
That's awesome. Thank you very much. Any other questions? Anybody have any questions? Okay, I see him. Well, we had a question over there before, but we're going to give Kimberly a chance.
I just wondered if I could get your contact information.
Absolutely, yes. I can put it in the chat, or whoever there has my contact information, please feel free to share.
I'll share that.
Thank you.
Can you tell the 800 number, or do you know that, Leslie?
Yes,
888 number?
888-777-5332.
I knew it was something easy.
888-777-5332. Okay, here's Laura. She has a question.
I got something against number 4.
You'll need to repeat that one.
Do you come for the training with the cane before you do the training with the dog?
We
Oh, sorry.
We really recommend that individuals do have those O&M skills, those cane skills prior to coming with a guide dog. You don't have to get them from Leader Dog, but we do offer that orientation and mobility program. One of the things that we often heard was that, you know, we unfortunately had to send people home or deny them because they don't have the skills to get a guide dog. And we'd say, go home, get some more O&M, and then come back to us. And then we'd never hear from them again. And that's really why we created our own O&M program, is so that we can provide those skills and resources, because we know that they're hard to get sometimes elsewhere. So we do offer it, but you don't necessarily have to get your O&M skills from us. However, they are required for the guide dog program.
Sign up today. Oh, she wants to know if she can sign up today.
Oh, yeah, you can go to leaderdog.org to apply, or you can call that phone number, or I can send links or downloadable documents as well.
Theresa?
I just wanted to tell everybody here that I did my orientation and mobility on my own with the Office of Vocational Rehabilitation. So I did not go to them for O&M skills, but the way that they verify it when you apply for the dog is that you have someone record a video of you walking a particular route from one place to another, using your cane and using your skills, showing that you do know how to navigate on your own with the cane. So I just want to share that that's how they verify that you do have those skills, because you still have to learn how to get around on your own. The dog doesn't know where you're going. You have to tell the dog. So you do have to have a lot of problem solving skills. I've gotten in situations where my dog gets a little distracted and she may go down a driveway rather than staying on the sidewalk, and I've got to figure out where I'm at and how to get back to the sidewalk. So there's lots of different situations where you're gonna need sometimes to pull that cane out and figure out where you're at and get back to where you want to be.
Absolutely. Thank you, Teresa, for sharing.
We time for another question? If anybody has a question? Okay, maybe another question. I thought I saw a hand over here before. Okay.
Everybody.
I'm sorry, I'm not hearing anything. I apologize.
Particularly in the downtown training, how many days during the week is spent in the downtown training?
Oh, so for orientation and mobility, the O&M program, that really depends on the client's goals and what environment in which we need to travel. So we have a downtown training facility. It's about a mile north of our main campus where we have lots of seating options, bathroom, water, things like that to kind of rest during lessons and take a break. But we have access there to residential travel, semi-business, and business. However, if people need different or unique environments, we can certainly go to, like I mentioned, grocery stores, we can go to malls, we can go to other nearby towns or country travel. So really dependent on whatever the individual's needs are, we kind of go to those travel environments.
So it depends on the individual's needs and their goals that they set. Okay.
And they even go downtown Detroit if you want big city.
Absolutely.
We went to the beach one day.
Hey, I didn't get that.
You didn't put it on your list.
I went to the beach one day.
Yep, some people have gone to the beach. We've done hiking, we've done movie theaters. It really just depends on what the client's individual goals are and what their travel environments are that we want to try to simulate as much as possible.
I'm coming back for the beach one.
Okay, so we can move on to the next portion of our lunch and learn. We've got about 10-15 minutes left. And I'm going to hand the mic back to Theresa, and she can tell us more about her personal experience with leader dogs. Since here she is with and a special guest with her named Theresa.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, Leslie. I'm just gonna stand up here because Theresa is being very good and she's laying down. I'm not even holding on to the leash. I probably shouldn't say that. You can hear me. I had one of the most unique and memorable times of my life going to Leader Dogs. And I just wanted to share with you a little bit of my personal story. She's kind of talking about in general. For me, just getting to the point of deciding that I wanted a dog and that it would be a good fit for me was really tough. And even while I was there, and even after I've come home, I sometimes go, is this really what's best for me and my situation? And I just want everybody to know that that's normal. I'm not the only one that feels that way and have asked that question. And I know this because while I was there, I made some I don't even know how to explain it. Amazing friendships with the people that I met going through my class with me. There were 11 of us in the guide dog portion. There were also several different people in and out for the orientation and mobility that we connected with. And all of these people are so open and friendly, and some were like me, getting their dog for the first time, never having a guide dog before. Some had had 2 or 3 dogs before, and there were even several people there that had had 6 or 8 dogs over the course of their lifetime. There were 4 gentlemen from England, And every one of them were at least on dog 3, and one gentleman was on dog 8. And they were all over the age of 55. The oldest was 76 years old. And he was a school teacher, and he walked 3.5 miles to school. Uh-oh, heel. She's fidgeting, I will make her move it. But, so like she said, it doesn't really matter if you're, 18 or 88, if you're still walking and getting out there, and this would be a good fit for you, it's something to look into. And for me, connecting with the people in my class, we've stayed in touch. We have our own Facebook private group. We've shared our phone numbers, we text, we've done Zoom meetings with our class afterwards. Just all of us can get together, whether they're in England or California or Kentucky, Atlanta, Georgia, Minneapolis, Minnesota, in Canada. So it's been an amazing learning experience for me, and I wouldn't have it any other way. I love my dog. Yes, we've run into some hiccups, some challenges, and a lot of that is just because I don't know what I'm doing. But the thing about it is that Leader Dogs has been there for me. All I have to do is pick up the phone, call that toll-free number, shoot them an email, and say, hey, I'm running into trouble with my dog passing other dogs. She's distracted. I need some help. They sent a trainer to me within a few days, and she was there for 3 days to help me in my own environment, at work, at home, wherever I needed to go. She went with me and helped me work on this to resolve these issues. They've done that 3 times now, and I've had her for 9 months. And so I just want to say that she's not kidding when they say that they're there to help you over the course of your lifetime. They truly are. And I've had some other health issues with her, with allergies. Their vets have been remarkable at helping me figure this all out and get everything taken care of that she needs to stay healthy and working. So I can't say enough wonderful things about them. And what everybody that comes away from there says, and I'm sure the other 2 that have been there recently will back me up on this, is the food is amazing. They treat you like kings and queens. They have a dining hall, and they have staff members that come out. They'll serve your breakfast, lunch, dinner. They also have a cart with all kinds of snacks. And at each meal, they come around with a cart. Would you like fruit? Would you like snacks? Would you like something to take back to your room? Because if you're one of those that likes to snack in between, they got you covered. They have the wonderful coffee bar, and the resident assistants, the RAs, are always there. If you 8:30 at night and you really have a craving for a Diet Coke, they're going to go back and get you a Diet Coke. And they're just amazing. And the food portions are huge. You're not going to go away hungry. I asked for half portions the whole time I was there and still gained weight. So, so they're really good about that too. And they're so helpful. I got there, my phone charger died. The RAs, they go and do shopping trips. So you just go down to the RA's office and say, hey, I need an iPhone iCharger, and you give them your money, and they'll go to the store, get it for you, bring back your change and your receipt and your iPhone card. So, and a couple of us got sick. I got sick while I was up there. It was not COVID, but it sure felt pretty similar. But the 2 of us that got sick, they went out, they got whatever medications we asked for. One of them, they took her to a clinic. So they really do take care of you. So if you have health issues, they can definitely take that into consideration and make sure you're taken care of. Somebody did have COVID while I was up there. We did have to go back to wearing masks, but none of the clients got it. There was one staff member in the building on the 2nd floor that was for marketing or something that had it. They isolated and everything was fine. I was there in October of this past year, October 22.
speak up if you have a question.
Do they, do they have stuff for people that have lots of stuff?
Yes,
Do they have stuff to eat for people with food allergies?
absolutely, yes. And you let them know ahead of time what your needs are, and they work that out with you before you ever go up there.
Hey, Ada has a question. What's this allergies help?
It's free. Every bit of it is free. And transporting you everywhere you go, everything you eat, that they arrange your airline tickets, they arrange everything for you. You don't have to do that. You do have to, well, from here, you really wouldn't have to go onto a plane. If you're scared of that, we're only 5 hours away. I'm assuming that they would work with you on maybe finding someone to drive you. Let me get the microphone for that one. You are not allowed to bring a guest. No, you're all on your own. And that's kind of what it's all about, is learning how to do things on your own. And again, every step of the way, you know, you have someone take you to the airport, you ask the airport, you can register as a blind or visually impaired passenger, and the airport will assist you to get on the right plane and get where you're going. Again, the airline will help you get to the luggage gate, and from that point on, Leader Dogs has you covered. They have somebody waiting to meet you when you get off the plane, to get your luggage, to drive you there, and the same on the reverse. So you can have visitors on Sundays, but if you're just there for orientation and mobility, there's no time for a guest to go. But if you're there for, like I did, 3 weeks with a guide dog, Sundays from 1 to 4, you could have visitors. Go ahead. Well, I was just saying, and with the guide dog, they kept me busy from 6:30 in the morning till 8 at night. There was always something to be doing. We had usually 10 to 15 minutes in between, except for meal times. And meal times, you got 45 minutes to an hour. Yeah.
Okay, we've got about 2 minutes left. I wanted to know, Theresa, does Theresa have anything to say, to add?
Let's see, Risa, come.
What's the sign saying?
The sign on Risa's harness says, do not pet me, I'm working. And let's see, Risa.
Theresa, the buses are.
Okay. Sit. Risa, Risa, speak. Risa, Risa, speak. Speak. Speak.
Somebody around.
Speak. Risa, speak. 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 Working on it. It's a golden retriever talking.